Hey guys, Lorcan the Hedgehog here, welcome back to my reviews. Today I'm doing something a little different as well from my normal reviewing. Today I'm here to review a movie I just saw yesterday that just came out a few days ago where I live, and that is being DreamWorks' Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. This is of course based off a well-known kids book novel series called Captain Underpants, created by Dave Pakecki, I think that's his name, I don't know exactly, but this whole book series has, I don't know when the first one came out, but there's up to 12 books of this, and it just concluded in 2015 with the 12th book. So it has lasted a few years, and it was a very good book. It was just like a normal book with some good drawings and some good humor. There was still some kid stuff, like there was some silly names, some silly things like have killer toilets, zombie alien lunch ladies, a woman who has hair that can retchy people. It was a very silly book, like series, but it worked so well because of it. And ever since then, DreamWorks got the rights to make a movie out of Captain Underpants in 2011, and now in 2017, they're here with the Captain Underpants movie. There's also been a few things. Number one, this is like the cheapest DreamWorks movie that DreamWorks had to make. If you ever look up on all the Wikipedia and how much the movies cost in budget, this one's probably the most cheapest one to make, up to $38 million, which is still a lot, but compared to what DreamWorks normally make, I don't know how much money they make in these films, but this is considered to be their cheapest film to be ever be made. And also, this is the last film that they'll do the partnership with 20th Century Fox, because I think in 2013 they allowed DreamWorks had to team up with other companies in order to make the films, and they had to team up with 20th Century Fox in 2013, and this being their last film team up with Fox until NBA. NBC Universal takes over and with the How You Train Your Dragon 3. But yeah, enough about that. Let's just get the actual film. So it would have been easy for when it comes to other book adaptations, for movies. There's normally some books, especially for kids, would just normally adapt one of the books and just make a whole movie out of it. The Diary of the Wimpy Kid franchise always has been doing that, by adapting maybe one or maybe two books of the series and make them into one film. This one kind of does, of course, there's references towards the other books, but this actually tells a separate story compared to the books. It still has, the origins of the Captain on the Underpants, and it's still this Professor Poopy Pants from the fourth book as the main antagonist of the film, but it has its own different things to make it actually, original compared to just adapting the books and just making, the book into a film. So, of course, if you haven't ever read Captain Underpants, the series usually follows two prankster boys named Jordan and Harold, who are very pranky boys. They do a lot of pranks in their school, which their principal, Mr. Krupp, hates. And in this film, he tries to find some kind of punishment, but after finding them in the prank, he decides to separate them to separate classes. In order to save their friendship, the boys discover that while looking for a certain thing, find a mysterious ring called a hyper ring. And then they use it on Mr. Krupp to make brainwashing him or hypnotizing him. Soon afterwards, realizing that he's in their control, they make him dress up as the famous comic book superhero they made called Captain Underpants. And it happens. He's become Captain Underpants, but he really thinks he is a superhero. And soon the boys try to save their principal from getting killed out there. Well, meanwhile, there's a new professor called Professor Poopy Pants, who tries to get rid of laughter from the children. Yeah, he wants to get rid of every single bit of laughter in the school. Yeah, it's kind of a little different from the books, because in the fourth book, there was the thing with Professor Poopy Pants, where, of course, in where he lives, every person is given a weird, silly name, and they can't do anything about it, because that's where they live. And in the fourth book, he tried to, for revenge, he shrinks the whole school and makes up silly names for every single person in the book. And then the funny part is in the book, they actually kept the names. Like, the silly names kept on it until the thing was all over it. But in this one, I think it's a good idea. For, he just wants revenge because he was meant fun he was gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize for a shrink ray or a growth ray, but his name just kind of, everyone just laughed at his name, and ever since then, he wants revenge by getting rid of laughter. So yeah, this film, compared to some other books, this one is good because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really just, use the plot from the books and just use it as a film. They kind of combined a few of them, but still make it an original story out of Captain Underpants to, make it stand out on its own. And probably because, I don't know, when you hear a movie just titled the epic first movie, when you hear the first movie in any title, it tends to kind of give you the feelings like they'll probably not make a sequel out of it. I mean, have we seen many films that said the first movie and never got a movie? Well, okay, Pokemon's a bit different because they know they was gonna make a ton of films out of that. But how many films do you know that say the first movie and actually get a sequel? Seriously, besides ones saying part 1 and part 2 or whatever, else. But overall, I enjoy this film a lot. But the animation, well, being that it's cheap, it's the cheapest one, it still does it well. It's still some good computer animation, as well there's some traditional animation from the normal style from the books, which is good to see that they stick with the 2D animation here and there, especially for the Flipporamas and all the other stuff that the books normally use. As for the characters, they're still good. Do we have George Howard, which I admit, the voice actors are grown men, and you can definitely tell that they're grown men and not kids, but I kind of didn't really know about. I didn't really take anything away from me. I still thought of kids. I don't know. That's just me. The Mr. Krupp, he's still there's a little development on his character, a little bit to show he's a bit lonely. He's a bit of a lonely man, really. So that's why he's kind of the way he is. Professor Poopy Pants, admittedly, he's a German accent, has German, like he has a very German accent. But damn it, he was a good villain. Not all the jokes work for him, but they work enough. Then we got Melvin Sweezy, I think that's the nerd's name. In the books, he's just, well, a nerd with a big brain who George and Harold hate. But at least in the book, he actually had some sense of humor here and there. I mean, in the fourth book, he was laughing at Professor Poopy Pants' name. In this one, he's like humorous kid. He's just so has no humor whatsoever. That later he's used as the main power source that Professor Poopy Pants uses to try to take over the world, which is okay. I mean, it's kind of weird, but still good enough. Besides that, there's no other real characters in the film that really. No matter, all the other characters from the books don't really do much besides some jokes. There's only one other character in the film that's not even from the books, called Edith, I think that's her name. Which is that I found out the voice actor. I found out when I heard her voice. This character sounded a little familiar. And it turns out I don't know the actress name, but it's the same actress who does one of the kids from Bob's Burgers and Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls. So I was like, oh, she did this too? I kind of got a feeling it's a bit of Mabel sounding. Sorry, it's just a fly going all over my room. But yeah, as for the jokes, there's some good jokes here and there. There's some funny jokes. It's very childish, but that's kind of the spirit of how Captain Underpants is. It's a very childish book that works. It sticks to the humor of the books. There are some humor that doesn't really work, but there are some that definitely do work. Like, I won't spoil this one bit where George and Hal imagine how they're going to be separated in class. And it totally changes it. Like, you expect it to be a 2D animation bit, but no, it goes to something different, which is funny to see. But overall, it really depends. Like, if you are into childish things, and I think even people who don't even know Captain Underpants can still enjoy it because it tells a different story from you don't have to read the books in order to figure out who is who. And maybe if you do, just at least understand, who they are, but at least they give them enough differences from the book, to make them actually, so the people who haven't read the book can understand and know why they become, the way they are. So overall, if you enjoy the Captain Underpants books, you'll definitely enjoy this film a lot. If you're a person who never reads Captain Underpants, you can watch it. It might depend if you're into childish humor or not. But overall, I enjoyed this film a lot, and it is kind of a good way to end DreamWorks' and Fox's, animation deal before we get to How You Train Your Dragon 3 in, I think, about 2 years' time? I don't know. Well, DreamWorks is not making any films next year. Oh well. So tell me all your opinions. If you have seen Captain Underpants, what's your opinion of it? And have you read any of the books? Have you read all of them, or you only read a few of them? Tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next review. See you guys later.